Welcome aboard. Today I'm taking you on an exclusive tour of our newly acquired 1976 Tour 84, the very first sailboat we've ever stepped foot on. Join me as we explore its unique features and share the excitement of this new adventure on water. Let's dive in.
Hi, we're Carl, Annie and our daughter Emily and our pets Tiger the cat and Maple the dog. We're total newbies to sailing but excited to share our journey from zero experience to full-time sailors. Join us as we learn the ropes, explore remote places and trade our 9 to 5 for a life of adventure. We'd love to hear your tips, tricks and feedback, so please leave a comment below.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the boat. We've not done too much to it, it's a bit of cleaning of a few things, but a quick tour before we make any changes. Just before we jump into the tour, let me tell you about the boat. It's a 1976 Tour 84, designed and built in Sweden. Ours is number 47 of around 150 that were built. She's 8.4 meters long with a 2.6 meter beam. The draft is only 1.3 meters. It has an encapsulated lead keel that weighs in at 850 kgs and a displacement of 2.5 tons. The mast is 10.8 meters tall and has a sail area of around 30 square meters. She's a racer cruiser that is overbuilt and capable of some serious weather conditions. Not that we plan to test that out. And what we are looking at here is some of the documentation that came with the boat. I'm not sure if it comes across on video just how well looked after this boat actually is. These two folders are full of information from the factory, information and manuals from all the modifications, along with media clippings from magazines back in the 70s. It's a real treasure trove of information and shows the love and care that has gone into this boat over the years. Keep an eye open around the tour at some of the wood details. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. We'll start over here with the front section. We've got a V-berth, it's a bit cozy. It's not too bad, but it does get a bit small with the dog also trying to get in there. Just gonna sleep head this side, feet down that side. We've got a few cubbies for storage. We've got these lights, the switches seem to be a bit corroded, so we will be replacing them. Also a bit cracked. And also brass that's very tarnished beyond brasso levels. So I tried to clean them up but it didn't come out too good. We're replacing those. I've got this side a bit of storage. Get my torch, so I've got a bit of storage here, hanging space. You can dump some stuff down the bottom as well. And we also have heating, which is pretty nice. The first night we slept in the boat there was quite a bit of condensation because it's getting a bit colder late August in Sweden, but I've just tried it with that and there wasn't any condensation last night, so that was pretty good. So it's not like freezing that we really need the heating, but it seems to stop the condensation. Kind of ensuite in the V-berth. I have a toilet, so the door actually swings closed and closes the rest of the boat, so it kind of closes off the V-berth. And then we've got a toilet. This has a light, which is nice. It seems to be incandescent bulbs, so it's not going to be doing good for the battery, so I'll be replacing those as well. That unclips and the sink pulls out. And then as with in the kitchen that we'll see shortly, got this foot pedal for pumping water. But the toilet has electric flush with a macerator, which is nice. Underneath the bed there's a little bit of storage, not too much. There's a big-ish water tank for fresh water and then also for the toilet. Then we've got a bit of storage here. That pretty much covers the toilet. It's dark at the moment, but it's also handy to see what the lights look like before we go ahead and change them. Above the V-berth we've got a hatch. We can open that up and see outside. That's the rest of the marina, pretty quiet now. Over here, on the main saloon part, we've got the dog's bed. This is Emily's bed, but today Maple's on it. And we also got a table, bench seats, which are pretty cool. This folds down into another bed, so we have 4 official beds. And then on some of the models back there's a bed as well for a 5th one, but ours doesn't have that. Look, little cubbies everywhere. There's one under there, one there, one there, one there, another one there. There's more on this side, like that. And then if you are sleeping here, the legs actually go under there. There's another cushion in there, so it's pretty long. Maple's enjoying it. Oh, go. Oh. These lights, pretty terrible, it doesn't do much. So hopefully with some modern ones they will match for a start and also be a lot brighter while also being more energy efficient. These ones are not too bad. There's obviously storage under there, not going to bother the dog too much. The guy that had this boat before made a pretty cool solution here. So you can see that's like cut out by hand. And you can move the sofa forwards and backwards, so when it's forwards it's a bit more comfortable to sit on, and then you can push that all the way back, and the bottom also goes back, and then it has more space to sleep. So it's kind of in the back position here, and you can see it's sticking out on the side, just in the sitting position there. As you can see, with my height, about 175 centimeters, I ain't quite able to stand up. So it's a bit of a shame, but that's kind of like the age of those boats, like mid 70s, early 70s. And it's also like a kind of racer cruiser kind of thing that they call it. It's a part race boat. But here we got the cooker. It's not gimbaled, so only kept cooking in port. It's hooked up to gas. There's a gas line that runs into the anchor locker right in the front. We've got 2 gas bottles. And then over here we have a little bit more storage, cutlery, drink, pantry kind of storage, and then a fridge. It's quite a small fridge. And then on this side, some like a big storage there for pots and pans. A bit of a pantry here. And then on the other side, cutlery, crockery. And somehow this goes on. Doesn't really do much. Previous guy put in this, which is pretty bright, it's quite nice, and also wired in a switch over here, so just when you're coming in, like as you come in the companionway, you got the switch right there, which is pretty nice. As is pretty standard, we've got the motor under here. If we can get it open. Back there you can see the motor. It's a Yanmar 8 horsepower, look the early model, 1976. So continuing on from there, we've got the engine down there, we've got sink, left tap with salt water, right tap fresh water, and then just the pedals, got Maple's ball there. So this is one of the things that we're still sorting out, there's all these cables and have a lot of devices to charge. That's the captain's desk. We've got like VHF radio. We've got a little light for the maps. We actually have down in there some old maps. Quite a lot of maps apparently. Not been through everything yet. We'll do that in depth one of these days. Here's an example. That's Service Boy, just a little bit north of here. So quite a lot of charts. Wire that I bought, which we'll be using to do some new installs. Needs fixing, the hook keeps moving. And then in this cabby we have mostly some first aid stuff. On the other side there was some cleaning stuff for now. This also lifts up. As I said earlier, in some other versions they have a bed, a fifth bed. So this actually goes all the way back. Can't see it now, but we've got some sails there, so we have finicker in there, and also the tent for the top. Like we've got the spray hood on, and there's an extension for that. I've got my tools stashed in here, a few things up there, and then underneath that grey board is the batteries and some other electronic goodies like this, which I need to look into all of these different pieces and see what's going on. Looks like there's a 220 plug down there, another one which would be handy. And then we have on this side all of the switches and knobs for lights, so it's like the sail lights, anchor lights, those kind of things. I don't know which ones work and which don't. Apparently the solar works. There's a solar light there. These work, so you can see what the voltage is for the different batteries. But I gotta look into all the charging and stuff, make sure that's all working properly. So we have inside here this garment, which doesn't have a chart plotter, it's just a GPS, pretty basic one. And then outside we have a more advanced one. More advanced than this, not very advanced. Alright, so I've taken the cover off the engine so we can have a little look. We've got a freshwater pump into that filter, which is looking a bit dirty. And then the seawater one. This just comes out by lifting the drawer up, and then that stair slides back in. This is outside where all the steering and driving is done. We've got a nice little table that just connects onto there. Forward and reverse, and the throttle from there, and then it's got the tiller, which leaves a lot of room, not having a big wheel. Spray hood is also an attachment that goes all the way to the back and closes the whole back. And here we usually keep the fenders when we're out, and then there's a few other bits and pieces. A water can with some extra water, a bunch of ropes. We also got the storage for the companionway, it sticks in there. There's a cooling unit for the fridge. And over here we've got a manual bilge pump, spare diesel tank, spare gas tank, diesel tank there, it's about 20 litres, fuel filter. As is tradition in Scandinavia it seems, we've got this rear anchor reel. Just got two smallish solar panels, not looked into if they're working yet or how well they work. On the front we have I believe it's a Jenica, pretty big jib foresail, absolutely massive. I might be wrong, but I think something like 150%. The front and the mainsail, both brand new, and I believe they're Bowden sails. Got a hatch in the front, goes into the V-berth. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We really appreciate your support. In next week's episode, I'll tackle a massive challenge. We got a permanent dock space and I have to move the boat alone. Will I conquer the chaos or face some unexpected surprises? Plus, I'll dive into some exciting electrical projects to upgrade the lighting and charging setup. See you next week.